G'day guys, it's Dr. Luke here. And today we're going to meet someone who knows a lot about death. Unfortunately, he's a centurion in the Roman army. Thanks for joining me today. Can you tell us a little bit about your job?
Yes, I work for Pontius Pilate. I just basically help keep the law and order and the peace around the community. And more recently, I've been working with the execution team.
And when Jesus died on the cross, could you tell us a little bit about that?
That's right. I saw Jesus led out towards the cross. He was in very bad shape. Normally when criminals arrive, they're not in too bad shape, but Jesus had been whipped and beaten. He'd clearly been through a lot. He was covered from head to toe in blood, and he looked very weak from the ordeal, as you would be. And he had people following him. Many women and friends were mourning. And there were also two criminals led out with him to be executed with him.
Okay.
And and I saw Jesus nailed to that cross, and I must say it was a very different crucifixion from many that I've seen. Just the way he responded. He had a lot of people insulting him, mocking him. And even while my soldiers nailed him to the cross and hung him there, he was basically praying for them. Father, forgive them, he said, for they don't know what they're doing. And the religious leaders were coming up and abusing him, and they said, if you really are the Messiah, come on and save yourself. You know, you saved so many other people, why can't you do it now? And even some of my soldiers were joining in the mocking of him. It was disturbing to see, but what was incredible was the way Jesus was responding.
Okay. Well, you mentioned that he was crucified next to some criminals. What were they doing?
Yes, that's right. There were two criminals hung beside him, and they had two very different reactions. One criminal basically joined in the mocking of Jesus and said, "Oh, come on, Jesus, come and save yourself and then save us." But the other criminal said, "Well, you know, we are being punished justly. We are criminals. We deserve this. But Jesus, he doesn't deserve this because he has done nothing wrong." And then this criminal said to Jesus, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And to that Jesus responded, "Truly I tell you, today you'll be with me in paradise."
Wow, what an interesting thing to say.
Yes, it was very interesting.
What were you thinking while all of this was happening?
Well, I was already finding Jesus' reaction very unusual. It was, as I said, a very different crucifixion from what I'd seen before. And then something even more ominous happened.
Ominous? That's an interesting word.
Yes, things got really spooky for a little while there because it was around the middle of the day, normally when the sun's shining very brightly around lunchtime. Suddenly everything just went dark, and it stayed dark until about 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and it was just like the sun had stopped shining. And it was around this point when Jesus cried out in a loud voice, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit," and he breathed his last breath. And then it was at that point when I realized and I fell to my knees and I prayed to God and I said, "Surely this was a righteous man." And wow, what an experience that was.
Wow, that sounds like a very interesting experience. Can you tell us, what's your opinion of Jesus now, having had some time to reflect?
Yes, I really am curious on finding more out about Jesus. I've heard rumours more recently that he has risen from the dead. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but some of my soldiers have spoken about this.
Actually, you've come to the right place if you want to find out more about Jesus.
Really? Where?
Well, my name is Dr. Luke, and I'm actually writing an ordered account of the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus. I've been getting all sorts of eyewitness accounts, and your your information, your story is really helpful in making sure everything lines up as we tell this story. So I can maybe talk with you and help you fill in some gaps if you'd like to find out more about Jesus.
No, I would really appreciate that because I am curious to find out more. And actually, I've often fancied myself as a bit of a doctor type. So if you could, if I'm considering a career change, you might be able to help me out.
You've got the face and facial hair to be a doctor.
Oh, excellent.
All right. Well, let's chat some more and we'll catch you guys